Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. We got a great show for you tonight. We got Davey Brown from Okuma. Let's get the show started.
Hey guys, Chad here with Hookup Baits. You know, when I'm slaving away here, making the best baits in the world for you guys to slay with, you know I'm watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass with my good buddy and spotty slayer, Brian Likes to Fish. You!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We got Davey Brown from Okuma. It's going to be awesome. We got Spotty Bowl results. We got some weekly news. And, of course, we got Spotty Bowl BIGGNS coming up. So, first up, we got some people in chat here. HD Baits in the chat. Good luck to y'all. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Let me tell you, some pretty good numbers coming in here. Snagging Grass says, one cool tuna. Jeff from Kentucky says, oh, you got a question here. Says, hey, Dave, have you ever been to the tackle meet in Bellflower? Okay, talking between themselves here. We got Corey King in here. Says, what's up, Corey? Thanks for doing the side pots this year. We got Jared. What's up, Jared? Good to have you in here. Hope everything's going good. David, how's it going, David? He says, let's freaking go. David, yeah, you've been having a good year this year. Taylor B. Drifting, what's up? Taylor B. Drifting in our youth Spotty Bowl. And also, aren't you in Weekend Warrior 2, Taylor? And I saw on the Instagram that you just got yourself a new float tube. Let's go. Taylor B. Drifting's on the water. We got Daniel Wood, HD Baits in the house. Brian Rosen, man, okay, Brian's always he's having a good. I think Brian Rosen may be #1 in LA right now. Between if we took the Mulligan out and the #1 scorer, Brian Rosen's having a phenomenal year. You're gonna have to step up to Masters next year, though, dude. Sorry, man. And also may have won some side pots this week too. CB and Baits in the house. What's going on, Sammy? Thanks if you guys didn't tune in last week. Sammy was on. Great show. Thanks, Sammy, for all the information you're giving. Getting Brent Brewing, Ben Wilson, what's going on? Bay Creeper, let's go, Leonard. Haven't seen you for a while, Leonard. Hopefully I'll see you at the Apps and Taps or event coming up. Doug El Sueño, how was fishing today? He texted me today wanting me to take off work to go fishing with him. Sorry, dude. Some of us have to work all day, but how'd you do out there, Doug? We got Daniel in here. What's going on? Snagged. Let's see who else we got in here. Man, we got a lot of people trying to get through here. Ken, the fishing fool, how's it going? We got JoJo in the house. Says having dinner, watching in the shop. All right. Tell your hubby thank you for that intro. That's very nice of him. Zachary Riggs, how's Ned Riggs doing? Says, what's up, y'all? Chad's in the house. What's up? Hookup Baits in the house. And we've got a lot more people in here. But without ado, is that how you say it? Without ado, let's go ahead and bring in our guest. Welcome, Davey Brown.
What's happening, everybody?
How are you, Dave?
Everything is great.
If you guys haven't caught Davey Brown on Instagram or on the show, was about 3 months ago. You were like my first guest. Davey Brown is works for Okuma. What's your official title with Okuma?
Senior marketing specialist. Been there for 18 years.
Oh wow! So you've seen everything come and go, huh?
I have. Yeah, I've seen that company change and evolve quite a bit over the last long time.
Dave, what? Just being in a rep for Okuma, we talked about this a little bit before the show. Traveling so much, going to all these conventions and all that. What is that life like? I mean, you're on the road all the time. You're meeting all these anglers. Is it like the same questions over and over again? Or is it like Texas guys and the Florida guys and San Diego guys? Are we all totally different?
It's different shades of camouflage depending on where you're at in the country. And, one overall strap up, one down. It's awesome. It's a great life. I'm not going to lie. I've done it for a long time on both the sales and the marketing side, but I'm a diehard fisherman and I just like to talk fishing. So it doesn't matter where I'm at in the country, whether I'm at the Miami Boat Show or up in Minneapolis talking walleye with everybody. The New Jersey show was a great one this year, talking bluefin tuna. And then, of course, our PCS show and then the Hall shows here locally. It's awesome. You know, the anglers all are passionate about what they're doing out there in the world, and you know, it's what we all love to do. So just to get a chance to mix it up and talk fishing and talk how they're doing it, introducing some of the techniques and things that we do as well. It's fantastic. It really is. The travel life gets to you. You know, this year all of our consumer shows, like the hall shows and the PCS show, those are called consumer shows for those that don't know, but those pile up in that springtime. So anywhere in the country, they just pile up. And at one point, I was telling you earlier, Brian, I had a 49-day streak without a day off. It was
wow.
You know, all those shows are over the weekends. Nothing happens at Wednesday at 2:00. You know, they're all kind of happening over the weekends. And you get home on a Monday from a show. I fly out on Wednesday for the next show. The show's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fly home Monday, and then head out to the next show. It piles up. It's a lot of product going back and forth across the country, getting set up, keeping track of everything. But ultimately, we're talking fishing. It's awesome.
Man, you must have a very patient wife.
Yeah, she's excited. She's, hey, let's have another show coming up. Shouldn't you get on the road here pretty quick?
My wife would probably love it if I had that job.
Yeah, mine's taking care of the dog. She's like, hey, there's a lot of stuff in the backyard.
49 days piled up for you.
Exactly.
So we have the PCS show down here. I guess that's our biggest Southern California show now. We have the Bart Hall show, but is ICAST now still like the biggest show in the United States right now? Is that kind of the premier show now, the ICAST in Florida?
It is, but it's an industry-only show. So as a consumer, you can't just go buy tickets and go in there. You know, just general fishermen, if you live in Florida, you can't go. You have to have an in order to get in, either a media pass, which I think are like $500 or $600 in order to get into that thing. Or if you work for a company, or if you're a pro staffer for a company, like within our booth, we have a large booth. We have like a 50 by 50 type booth, and we get like 60 to 80 badges depending on the size of your booth. And within that, I can hand out badges to people. You know, if I've got pro staffers that are going to help in the booth, or people that are going to come shoot content, or our pro staffers, or people from overseas, or our international agents, that's where all that goes to, and it's a lot of fun.
Is there any particular show you really look forward to? Like being on all of these, I guess you're probably at one every other weekend, probably about when it's springtime, huh?
Yeah, it's you know, I do enjoy them all. I grew up the Fred Hall shows when they were in their heyday back in the day. That Long Beach show was something I'd walk hand in hand with my dad as a little kid. We'd walk up and down those aisles and go see the Bongos girls and the Braid girls and the Pelagic girls later on. It wasn't always on the fishing side.
What happened to those girls? I don't see those girls anymore.
Yeah, everybody kind of got away from that. But I still enjoy all of our local shows. The PCS show is clearly going to be the show going forward here in Southern California. Bart says he's going to try to continue his shows, but we'll see how that happens. I don't know if you guys saw that Bill from a PCS show. They actually expanded. They're going to do the San Diego show next year as well.
Is it going to be in the San Diego Fairgrounds or the Del Mar Fairgrounds?
It'll be very similar to the Del Mar show format that we've always grown accustomed to, but they want to add like a concert in the park day. They want to make it a lot more engaging, like the Costa Mesa show is. It'll be great.
Look who showed up, Chet. What's up, Chet? Says Snag. What's up, party people? We're gonna all see how Chet did. He fished the morning. Dave didn't fish the evening bite, so let's see how he did. Interested. Dave Rich says, I think the PCS is better than the old Fred Hall show as well. It's definitely, to me, it seems bigger.
It's there's a lot of buzz and excitement around it for sure.
Definitely. Okay. So really, to get to know some people, I've been asking some of my guests their taco shop order, but I've already asked you that. So me and you grew up in the 80s and 90s. So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What was your favorite 80s or 90s movie growing up? And if you say Pee-wee's Big Adventure, nobody's going to judge you. We all like that movie.
That's funny because I keep seeing that one meme. There's like with the bike hidden underneath the Alamo. That's going around right now on Facebook. So my favorite 80s movie, and it's still one of my favorite movies, and I watch it every time it's on TV, is the movie Clue.
Oh yeah, Chevy Chase. No, not Chevy Chase.
I'm
thinking of Fletch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Fletch is one of my favorites as well. But the movie Clue, in fact, I was just on vacation with my wife last week, and I had my 1 + 1 + 2 + 1, not 1 + 2 + 1 + 1 quote from the movie on my shirt. And as I was coming home, one guy walks by, he just drops his head and he starts laughing, and he comes up and he gives me a hug. He's like, that's my family's favorite movie from like 1986 or something like that. It was awesome.
That is incredible. I did watch that during the pandemic because I was watching all my old movies, and I don't really recall it, but I know I liked it. But I got the same experience. I walk around with the Time Bandits or Big Trouble in Little China t-shirts. Usually when I go to Disney, I wear those things, and man, people are excited to see that stuff.
And it's one of those ones, like, we're old, so it's something we grew up with, and you understand and you get it. But if you just jump into it now, you probably wouldn't get it as much. Like the movie Blazing Saddles, right? We're talking late 70s. Not exactly gonna. It doesn't age as well as it did back then.
Oh no, people usually turn that one off now in the first 10 minutes. But yeah, I forced my kids to watch all those. So during the pandemic, every single night we had a movie night, and I got to pick, and it was all. Here's another good one right here. Dave Rage says "Better Off Dead."
Better Off Dead, yeah, great movie.
All right. I could talk all day about 80s and 90s movies. All right, let's talk a little bit about Okuma. So this year, you're giving all the Spotty Bowl champions a spinning reel. You want to talk a little bit about the Inspirit spinning reel? Is it?
Yeah, we are. We last year we did the Hakai, the bait cast reel. This year we're going to do it's the Inspira ISX. We're going to do the I think it's the 2500 size. That's it there. So it's an all metal bodied reel. It's an aluminum spool, aluminum handle, screw and handle. Plenty of drag for what we're doing. So if you're dropping vertical or throwing some hookup baits or whatever you want to do, excellent reel. They're very sturdy, very strong and smooth. Of course, if you're casting with those, they're great little reels as well. But each of the winners of each of the divisions, San Diego and Orange County, LA, are going to get one of those reels this year.
And you know, most people are watching this, or we fish fresh and salt, but we're saltwater. This is, you said saltwater rated, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yep. It's an awesome little reel.
What's the price point on this reel? If they
about 120 bucks, but
okay,
you know, probably more in the next few weeks, to be honest with you.
I use this. I have it teamed up with a Taipan rod, so I'm trying to. Like I was telling Dave, I'm trying to fish only sponsor stuff now. I'm trying to get there, guys. But you know, I got a lot of old stuff, so I got to weed through some of it. But I fished this with my 3/8 cool bait. Fished this weekend. But that is my cool bait, single cool bait setup. And I've been fishing this since round one, and I fished 3 divisions, and I fish it every single time. It's one of the rigs I take out, and it's holding up really good. At the end of the year, guys, I'll give you guys a review on how this thing's working, but the drag is nice and smooth. No complaints. I think the price point's awesome. Lightweight. I have no complaints about this reel. Awesome reel. If you guys are used to like the Nasi or the Fuego, I would say it kind of falls in that area, but it's maybe a little more upgraded than like the Fuego. It's a very nice reel.
Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it.
Another reel. You know, I got a question for you. Just looking back here. Do you use these rod socks?
I don't.
You don't use them? I was going to ask you because I just started getting these, guys. Have you guys started using these ones? There's like a new one. I don't know if this is new to me, but I use these all the time, and I get sick of my hooks getting caught on them. And I saw some kind of, you know, Instagram sales saying I always buy something. But I've been trying these neoprene ones, guys. Have you been trying these? They work pretty well for me. They're a little heavy, though. I'm afraid that when you slide those on there, if it's a really fast action tip or something, you got to be careful with them. But are you guys using those too? Neoprene rod socks working pretty good. Oh, the reason I was reaching back there.
Used to use the rod socks on the boat, but on the kayak, you store everything in the car.
Yeah, I use them for transport. Once I get them in the boat, it all comes off, obviously. I want to give you a shout out for this. Dave got me hooked on this thing, told me about this reel, and I was like, okay, I got it. I said, what's your top? This is your top line bass reel, right?
Yep.
So what's your top line? I want to fish your best. And I ordered this thing up, and I love this reel. It's aluminum body, right?
Yeah, aluminum body reel. Yeah, aluminum body. That's the X series. Comes in 2 gear ratios, an 8.1 and a 7.3 to 1. Aluminum body, aluminum side plate. Comes in at 5.9 ounces. Super light. You pair that up with like one of the X series rods that we have. You have a whole combo under 10 ounces, which is ridiculous. You have free spool on that. That's what I'm fishing for. Actually, it's what I'm fishing on just about all my setups. But for my vertical stuff, the free spool on that is amazing. So if you're fishing any kind of your like submission jigs, any of that kind of stuff, slow pitch stuff, just dropping that thing straight down because you want that thing to be as free as possible. So you get that darting action on those jigs, right. Especially on the cool baits as well. You just want that thing to freely fall down, and you're mostly going to get your bites on those drops. So works perfect for that. I also fish that on my my A rigs and like my chatter baits and stuff as well. Thing casts a mile.
I love that reel. It's like I always go to that reel. I use my 15-gram Submission Fish Co jig on that, and I just love it. I've been fishing it since round one. Well, I got that before Spotty Bowl, so I've been fishing that thing for a while. Works perfect, still working perfect. I've only cleaned it one time, so it's probably fished, I don't know, what are we at, round 5, 15 rounds of Spotty Bowl, and it's still working perfect. I love that thing. Lightweight, works good, exactly how you want it to be.
there's really nothing you need to do them. I just give them a quick hose rinse off when I get home, and really that's it.
I was gonna ask you that next. So what if somebody's maintaining their Okuma reel right after Spotty Bowl? I see some guys. I saw was it Ricardo? He had like one of those sprayers, like a insect sprayer, and he just hosing them off. Is that like a good way to do it? Or I've heard not to spray them.
That's a fine way to do it. There's some salt removers that you can put in those. You can there's some tablets you can drop in those buckets, and you can spray it down that way, and that'll just knock some of the salt off. In general, just a light freshwater spray. So you get home, garden hose. You don't want to have it on the heavy fire hose nozzle, because then you're just going to push any kind of stuff into the reel more than anything. So just a quick rinse, get that salt off. If it's a spinning reel that is not completely sealed, like like a Van Staal or something, you don't want to knock more particles inside, so you don't want to use that heavy spray. Just a quick rinse and you're good to go. The bait cast reel, same thing. If it happens to have a spool that's got holes in it, right, like a hollowed out spool where you get stuff inside, water can get inside of those spools. And that's where you're going to start getting some corrosion, especially all of us saltwater guys, or if you're a kayak, your reel's only 3 inches off the water as you're paddling around anyway. But yeah, light spray is better than a deep soak, exactly as Dave just said. So just that light spray, just knock that salt off. It's really easy. If you want to ever just maintain it and make it easy, you can open those things up, drop a little bit of some grease into the bearings. But really, that's about it. You don't want to gum everything up. Just keep it working. I like on my Komodos and stuff. I do a lot of tuna fishing. I'm always on the Komodos. I'm throwing my A-rigs with the big Komodos as well, like that 350. But about every other rounder, so I'll open that thing up and I'll just drop a couple drops of oil into the bearings, into the handle bearings, into the spool bearings, pinion gear, all that stuff, and good to go.
That's exactly what I do. So if it starts feeling like it wasn't new, I just take that spool out, take like this foam Q-tip thing, and I wipe it around it, and I take the inside and I wipe it to make sure there's no salt, on the inside, and I take the spool out, and inside the two bearings you see on each end, clean those out, a little bit of oil, and yeah, that's about it. You just
easy to
mainly
go.
getting the grime out of them seems what it is for me, because it just eventually just get some grime in there.
Exactly. And for us, as a kayaker, there's a lot of times you're doing something and this handle side will dip into the water real quick. So
oh man,
it's inevitable.
All right, Dave, you ready to move on to some weekly news?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, this is Eric the Judge, and on Wednesday nights there's nothing better than snagging grass and catching bass on YouTube at 7 p.m. besides this hot shower. See you guys there. Bye.
I'm so sorry.
That was one of the scariest videos I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, the Judge, you are hilarious, dude. I said, are you sure? Dude, that guy cracks me up. All right, let's go on some weekly news here. Yeah, guys, he did that. We got the Mission Bay Spotty Bowl coming up this weekend, guys. Let's cross our fingers for some decent weather, May 2nd through 4th. So don't forget to declare your day in San Diego. Next up in LAOC, Davey, guess what? Huntington Harbor. Are you ready for that? Or is anybody ready for that? Are you guys ready for Mission Bay? Are you guys ready for Huntington Harbor? I would say out of every bay I've ever, well, I only have the one experience there. Huntington Harbor was tough. It seemed like, even for I think Sammy said he only caught 2 fish last week. I caught 1 fish. Ooh, that's all I got to say.
How did it can be great. That's the hard part. It can be such a good harbor with just chunky fish. But, if you know it, if you fish it a lot, you know the eelgrass spots, you know where to head, you know what time to throw that crankbait and when to throw those spinner baits or just work that grass. And then, there's plenty of docks all through that thing. So hit all those pilings.
I'm crossing my fingers that when I get there, I leave that boat launch ramp and I head north up to that grassy area, and it's biting because I can work that area. But man, I don't know those docks, man. It's tough business over there.
It can be bad.
So we got you guys in LA. You got a week to pre-fish if you're going to do that. San Diego, get ready this weekend. Mission Bay, it should be good. I think the water temperature is 65, 68, so it should be popping. And if we get a little bit of rain, so what? It's just going to cloud up the water. Wear your rain gear and let's go get some bass, dude. We got the Blue Collar Classic, May 26th through September 1st. That goes entire summer. You're just trying to get your biggest bag for that time period. So I was talking to Sammy about it. He said he fished it, and he said people were by the end had like an 85-inch bag that would win it. So that's a pretty interesting concept, or pretty interesting tournament to me. That just try for your biggest 5 for the whole summer. It was
a blast. I fished it last year as well. It was great. You just needed a couple little upgrade fish towards the end, and it was fun. I think I ended up in 3rd place or something. It was fun.
Oh, nice job. What was your bag size?
I think it was at like 75 or 74, right in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, that's a cool concept. I like that. I like it because you could see, your biggest 5 of the whole summer. You see what you did.
Which is cool because you could just go pop out for a couple hours after work or an evening session, whatever you want to do. You didn't have to really do anything. Just go and do it.
Kevin Keller says the Blue Collar is super fun. Yeah. Let's see. Sammy says it was cold, clear water. Hunting Harbor is good now. All right. Nice. He's calling out. It's going to be good.
All right. This numbers exactly and what docks.
Yeah, exactly. We need to. I think Chet is the one that figured that place out last. So we need Chet to give us some spots too. We had the Team USA kayak saltwater anglers going on this weekend, and it is I've been talking about this. I had Chad on here talking about this, and it is concluded. And here we go. Oops. So it looked like a pretty good event, a good showing out there. Looks like you had quite a few people participating on it. Looks like you got some nice spots. Honey baked ham. Wow. Oh, I didn't know that was involved. Did they give out a ham, Chad? That's pretty cool. Honey baked ham, huh? I haven't seen them sponsor a tournament yet, but that's cool. We'll take it. And your winner is Chad from Hookup Baits. Congratulations, Chad. Round of applause. Good job, buddy. You were out there really practicing everything, probably well-deserved. So congratulations on first place. Looks like Ron got second place. Congratulations on that, Ron. Chad says it was an awesome tournament, great format, great awards, lots of food. First night was spaghetti night. Second was fish tacos, and third were burger with all the fixings on the third night. Tournament ran really smooth, had a big raffle at the end. Fishing was good for most. Almost the whole field fished the back bay, the front, the first day. Yeah, that's probably where you'd get some of those weird species. And the second day out front, guys that didn't fish this, he says, really missed out on a great tournament. Yeah, so I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. Species tournament with artificial baits, 2 days. That sounds pretty interesting.
Sounds awesome, yeah.
Here's your results right here. So you can see that Chad was talking about this, how different fish for different points. So, man, the 30-point bonefish, that looks like what got Chad the win there, eh, Chad? 30 points for a bonefish. How do you get a bonefish? You ever caught a bonefish?
I have. I used to fish with Ali from Bloody Decks, and we used to go in the back bay there, and it's a beer drinker sport back there.
Yeah, isn't it like a bait and weight kind of deal for
pretty
bonefish?
much, yeah, exactly.
The sand crab, and you put it on a super light line and just put your rod in the rod holder and just have a good Sunday waiting for something to bite.
Or something too.
Yeah, there you go. So Chad with 169 points, Ron with 134, and Tony with 130. So there's your standings. Congratulations, guys. It's a good tournament. Next up, we got the Marlins Club Grumpy Bay Bass Tournament coming up on May 10th, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a long one. So $60 per angler. Like I said, when we get a little bit closer on this, I'll have some more details, but I'm seeing on the verbiage over here, weigh stations. So I don't know what weigh station means, but weigh station maybe for the vessels that have a live well. I'm not sure. So weigh stations. I'm going to get some more information on that. Doug El Sueño's in chat. He's been talking about that. Chet says, congratulations, Chad. Doug, congratulations. Yep, nice job. Next up, CCA. Are you coming down for this?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it down.
Yeah, it's a journey for you down there, but the CCA is at the Baja Room on Quivarium Basin. Food, drinks, usually live music, gives you a 1-year membership. It's $95. Huge raffle. I'm talking the raffle at the end of the night probably takes, I don't know, what do you guys think? They've been there an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. There's so much raffle stuff that that's like half the show is all this stuff they raffle off, which is it's pretty
But cool. I will be at the CCA Anthony Shea Award dinner tomorrow night, which is the big one up in Long Beach.
Oh, right on. And for people that are interested in going to that, do you know any information on it?
Oh, yeah, ccacalifornia.org. I think there's 280 people right now that are signed up. It's going to be an awesome one.
Wow. That's cool. All right. That's tomorrow night?
That is tomorrow night.
Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Got it. Next up, we got this. I knew I was going to have you on the show. So the CCA California Star Tournament kicks off a Sunday of Memorial Weekend and runs through Sunday, Labor Day. This is a qualifying fish tournament. You don't have to catch the biggest fish in your division. Simply get a qualifying length. Eligible species include yellowtail, tuna, white sea bass, halibut, saltwater bass. And for 2025, we added lean cod, Chinook salmon, striped bass. Central and NorCal anglers enter the 4-month tournament. It's only $40 to enter this?
It's only $40 if you're a CCA member. If not, you just got to get your membership and you're good to go. But we expanded the actual region now, so you can fish all the way from the tip of Baja all the way up to the border of Oregon. So it used to be no Mexican waters. It was only California, but that kind of X'd out all of like the overnight trips and everybody else chasing tuna. So we expanded that out. For those that don't know, I'm actually the chairman of this event for CCA. So if you have any like questions or signups or anything else, I also take bribes. We've talked about that before. So great event. Last year I was not the chairman, and I actually won a Newport motor for the kayak, which was kind of cool. It was one of the top 10 prizes. And I see quite a few guys on here, I think, that won some of the big grand prizes as well, including that Parker boat, which was a great prize.
Tom from Hookup Baits with the Sun Cash, I think, had maybe 60 points or 60 qualifying fish, I want to say. A ton. And I think I watched the raffle live because you guys broadcasted it live. Didn't he win an Alaska trip and his son won a kayak?
They won a kayak and an Alaska trip. They won several things. You know, they were ones that went out and chased bass. So they got their 2 bass. You can do two submissions per species per day, and you can do all of the species. So if there's 14 species, you can do 28 submissions per day. Look at that Fish Dog TV right there. 90 plus submissions in that thing. I actually had 2 submissions. I had a tuna and a halibut that I was able to do. I had the same plan, was going to go whack bass every day, but I couldn't get an 18-inch calico for my life until the tournament ended, and it's like normal.
You're giving away a Parker 18 SE with a Yamaha 150, and also there are weekly prizes and 10 grand prizes. Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. We did the scholarships this year as well, $15,000 new scholarships, which is going to be great. The kids, I think it's only like $10, something like that for the youth deal. I mean, it's such a great event. And of course, it all goes to CCA.
I will 100% be entering this year. I did not know all the details of it last year. I think I literally missed the boat on that. But this year, I'm definitely going to enter that, and we'll keep it as part of the show, keeping some updates on it. Maybe I can have Dave, when we get a little closer to the end, we'll talk about this a little bit more. But it starts Memorial Weekend, right? Which is what?
Yeah, Memorial Weekend through Labor Day weekend.
What is Memorial Weekend? Like May
24th or something like that?
Yeah, end of May.
It's whatever that Saturday of Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day that Monday.
That's awesome. All right, here's the question, though. I know I've already harped on this to you before about this, but the spotted bay bass, the only size spotted bay bass that's going to count as an 18-inch from what I read. It
is, yeah. So we did make everything larger than the minimums. So all saltwater bass. So we're basically going to go chase sand bass and calico bass, but they've got to be 18 inches. Like a halibut normally would be 22 inches. They have to be 28 inches. So we just added a few inches to each of the minimums just to make it a little more sporty for everybody. Not that everybody's out whacking a bunch of 22-inch halibut or anything, but the other cool thing to think about is a calico bass is the exact same value as a 200-pound bluefin tuna. It all just becomes a raffle ticket.
And I know, like Tom, he's really good at calico and sand bass. So if you get you said 2 fish a day per day every day. So if you can go out there and get a calico and a sand bass, bam, that's the same as, like you said, catching a bluefin or
exactly. It's fun. Okay. It's just a fun event. That award ceremony was a great day over there in Costa Mesa, and it's just a bunch of slayers out there, man. It's fun.
I'm gonna
lobby. Next year we did talk about Spotty specifically because there's so many Spotty events, and we did want to do something like, I know Sammy just wrote there, a 14-inch Spotty.
Nah, that's too small. I would go bigger.
Yeah, 16 would be good too. I mean, just anything would be great, but at least we can bring it down a little bit for more of our events that we're doing.
Spotty Best says, I feel like 15 years. I feel like I'm lobbying for I would say 15 because that's a big in the Spotty world. So if you guys this year it's over, guys. The rules are not going to change. But if we could lobby a little bit for a 15-inch, I mean, you might get a lot. There's a lot of spotty anglers that would probably enter this thing. So
I tell you what, I would not have a submission at this last tournament if it was 15. I'd have a couple.
Let me tell you something. A lot of these guys would have 3 or 4. There was a beast out there. So, all right. Yeah. More information to come about that coming up. Exciting event. All right. Oh my gosh, I got a story for you guys. So, friend of the show, the Beef Shaman. Do you watch this show? The YouTube channel?
I don't.
Oh, Beef Shaman's awesome. He does local San Diego kind of bay and our local lakes and all that. But anyway, we've got a little video to show. Look at his eye closely, guys. This is like I just had to show this. Before we get to this, have you ever taken a hook like to the hand or to the face or the neck or anything like that?
I've taken them in the hand, and I've seen them in legs, and I've seen them in heads and backs and everything else. But if this video is as scary as Judge in the shower, I don't even want to see it.
Nothing's going to be that scary.
Okay, good.
People are going to have nightmares about that. Only time I've taken a bad hook was I was in a Colorado River canoeing down it for 3 days, and I was fishing a jerk bait, and the standard treble hooks, which I don't like to fish, got me right in the meaty part right here. Nowhere. I'm in a canoe in the middle of nowhere, so it's just a rip out moment. But yeah, be careful with those treble hooks, guys. All right, you guys ready for a video? Maybe you got lucky.
I'm waiting for it.
Snag one of the.
Oh, shit. Are you okay?
I'm hooked in my eye.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, look at that. That's a quarter-inch away. Oh, thank goodness, Chris. We're super glad you're happy. But if you guys want to see the whole video of that, go to the Beef Shaman, and the whole video to be released soon. That's crazy stuff right there. He says, yeah, he wrote to me, said, yeah, it was super freaky and random. Yeah, it looked like he just got snagged on something and the rod was loaded up and whatever was snagged on just, whew, ouch. Yeesh. Lucky. He says it was a lucky day. He says after that, he went out and bought a lottery ticket. And he said when he was leaving the water, his buddy sent him this picture. And that is him. If you look real closely, you could see a rainbow right there. And that's him and his float tube right there. So he had, I don't know, he had somebody watching over him that day. But as he was cruising in to get the ER, and I have talked to him, everything's fine. His eye's fine. He got the hook removed. They had to make small incision, but they got the hook removed. And everything is good. So heal up, Chris. Talk to you soon, buddy. Next up, we got some news about this. Have you ever seen these before?
I have, yeah.
If you guys don't know what those are, San Diego Bay Improvements have these oyster shells, notable success. And so what that is, it's basically a reef ball, I think they call it. And it's grinded up shells. And they mix it with sand and I think a little bit of some kind of adhesive like concrete or something like that. And they're creating these artificial reefs. And it's been very successful in San Diego Bay. It's a living oyster shoreline project. It's in the Chula Vista Wildlife Refuge. The project, they deployed 360 of these balls in San Diego Bay. And basically they create a little wildlife environment, an underwater environment for oysters. And oysters actually, each oyster can filter up to 50 gallons per day. So it's like I guess a natural cleaner. Our South Bay is pretty bad. I don't know if you've been down there, but it seems like because we have a jetty, right? But it's all the way at the other end. So the South Bay gets kind of stagnant, doesn't quite push all the way out, it kind of just lays in there. And we got a little pollution in there, super shallow. It's kind of murky. So this is what they're doing. And they say it's a good success story right here. And so there's some more pictures of these things. This is what it's made out of, just grinded up shells.
All I see is structure right there.
That's exactly what every angler is saying. Unfortunately, they've got them in a place that we cannot fish, but there they are right there. I just want to put together a program, Dave, where we all pitch in, we buy some of these, we cruise to our favorite spots like a Newport, and we drop, 10 here, 20 there, 30 here. Mission Bay could use some of them. Deep Channel, San Diego Bay. And you know what? We're saving the environment, right?
I mean, if they roll off the back of your boat, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you got 50 oyster things in the back. What's the problem? So yeah, they filter up to 50 gallons a day. They create these nice little habitats, and they place these things when it goes to low tide, a negative tide. They're actually, you can see them. They're above the tide, and birds feed off them. So it's good all around for the environment right here. So I like it. And mainly what I like about it is that it's not only filtering it, but I want some of those things to spread them out. Let's get them out of the shallows. Let's get them into the deep. Let's get some structure going here, man. And those things don't look like they'd be too snaggy. Looks like you can get off.
No, that's great. I mean, so like oysters themselves, you go down to Louisiana, when they shuck all those oyster shells all go back into the water because they end up being recycled and reused by the mollusks themselves. They get ground down. It's a cool thing. There's been a big oyster restoration project undergoing from CCA. It's been one of the big state deals that they've been trying to do in all of our harbors, which was getting the oyster reef restorations going. And it's still one of the projects. So it's pretty cool.
All right, let's get some more of them. All right, and that is it for the weekly news. Let's go ahead and move on here.
Hey, this is Mike Brown, and you're watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. Woo!
There's a serious slayer right there. Mike Brown, man, he's having a good year this year. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get on with some side pots, guys. Hang out because we're going to do some side pots right now. And then right after that, we're going to go to the round 5 results to find out how everybody did. And then hang on tight because we're going to show all the big fish. And there was a lot of them caught in Newport. We're going to go with Spotty Bowl BIGGNS at the end. So that was the wrong one. That was San Diego. You guys get it. Man, you know, those oyster things got me thinking, you know, I've always pointed out these rocks, but a lot of people take it for granite. Hey, I was saving that joke just for you. And if you guys didn't know, this guy right here was a jungle boat skipper in Disneyland for a long time. And I love
10 short years.
Yeah, 10 short years, man. So you probably heard some pretty good ones over the years.
I have, and I've used the granite joke thousands of times.
I bet. The backside of water.
Exactly.
How many times have you said that? Speaking of that, how many rotations would you do as a skipper a day?
So it's different it's different than it is now. But back then, you know, you'd work through your rotation. Before you had a break, you'd probably get 4 trips in per hour, maybe right in there. Then your 8-hour shift, so 20 to 24 trips a day.
Oh my gosh. And do you ever get a boat that was just like stagnant, nothing?
Oh yeah, you'd get like if you got a big foreign group, say, that doesn't speak any English at all, and they just want to talk, and they get louder and louder while you're trying to do your spiel the whole time.
And then you just start randomly off on jokes, just talking.
Exactly. Like I think you and I have talked about. So I used to do the keel boats as well, which is the Mike Fink keel boats, which is a lot of bad jokes. It went around Tom Sawyer's Island. It was a little double-decker boat. And that one you can actually, it's not on a track, it was free floating, but you can do a real short trip, like 8 minutes, which was like a standard full speed regular trip, or you can stretch that thing out to like 20 minutes. If you had a good crew that's into it and laughing and having a great time, it was fun. Anyway, sorry.
Just don't flip one of those things, right?
Yeah, don't do that.
Did you ever go after the canoes when you're on that thing?
I was on canoe, yeah.
You were on canoe too?
I do canoes as well, yeah.
Oh man. Was it true they had like an employee canoe race in the morning once a year?
Yeah, summertime. I think they just had it about a month ago or so.
Oh man, I could talk Disney with you all day, but we got to get on to some side pots here. All right, first up, you guys should know how to submit these by now. I don't need to show this slide anymore, but there's only 1 or 2 that we self-submit. Everything else you have to submit yourself. So learn that. Todd, TB Metal Art, thanks for getting one. You gonna get one of these belts this year?
It'd be awesome.
If you get it, are you gonna wear it to ICAST or any of your other shows?
ICAST, I'm wearing it to every show the summer next year.
Never take it off. I think Chet was the best at that. When he won that thing, he wore it to work, he wore it to in and out, he wore it out with his family.
Yeah.
Thanks, Corey, for helping out with side pots. A lot of work behind the scenes on this tournament, guys. We try to make it run smooth. We try to make it run perfectly. We're very proud of this tournament. And Corey, thanks for helping out this year. Judge, you saw him in the shower earlier. Sorry about that, guys. He just sends that stuff in. You know, I just to do what I'm told. But Ramona Automotive, if you have any automotive needs, go check out the Judge down there. Super cool shop. Plus, it's got the Judge here. Super cool guy. Right next to Denny's. First up, this one's been there forever. Phil Hernandez, 32-inch. That would have been a qualifier for a point right there. 32-inch from shore. That's a fight when you get one of those from shore too, man. You just can't get that leverage on them. And then when you get it to the shore, if you usually don't have a net, so I don't know. Catching those from shore can sometimes be rough. That and a big stingray. 18-inch, man. Look at that one, dude. 3.3 pounder, massive gut. Chuck caught that in San Diego, Mission Bay. Of course he did at night. But congratulations, Chuck. I don't know. That's was at 18.25 to beat that from shore. So pretty sure you can spend that $100. Smallest, Brian. I think this is brand new. Look at that, 4.25. What are you fishing, Brian, to get a 4.25? It must be on a slow pitch, or I don't know what.
I think that's an oversized bump board. Come on.
4.25. That's tiny. Congratulations, Brian, coming back strong on side pots here. And check that out.
I'm throwing a 4.5-inch swim bait, so I think smaller than that.
I thrown out the 3.8s and yeah, but you know what? Those I've caught some small spotties where they'll bite like a 4-inch swim bait. And you're like, what? That thing's almost as big as that thing is. We got a quick question for you here.
So
Dave,
I've actually not fished at Disneyland in California, but in Disney World, all of it, if you've been there, there's rivers and water everywhere. There's lots of bass in there and peacock bass if you find the right spots. But at Disneyland, we used to have an issue where people would bring in, and it's not as easy as it used to be, but people would bring in jugs of goldfish and they would drop them in the rivers of America, which is the one by Tom Sawyer's Island there. So you'd see goldfish would just get big in there. But now they drain it quite a bit because of Phantasmic and stuff, but there's still fish in there.
Oh man, do you hear about the Rivers of America in Disney World? I don't want to get into this, but man, it's gone, man. You better go up there and enjoy it. That's it. It's over.
We rode the Liberty Bell last week. It's still going for a minute.
Farewell, Liberty Bell. Brian Rosen, 4.5-inch spotty. Dang, that's gonna be hard to beat. I think the smallest we've ever had is 4.25, so possible. But Brian, what are you getting these things on here? Juan Delgado, 68 bag, Fish Labs, Cool Baits, Gamakatsu, Submission, and Reaper. Dude, that's gonna be a hard one to beat. Just carrying those and knowing how to fish all those. That's crazy. Good job. Longest halibut, Andrew. Got it on the hookup baits, it looks like 26. That's for vessel. We have 1 division vessel, 1 division shore. So Andrew leading that 26 inches. Longest other, that's me. Talked about this angel shark constantly. Those things are scary too. That's 30 inches. It's as long as the bump board goes. So if you guys are carrying a 30-inch bump board and you want to beat me, you're gonna have to carry a measuring tape or something else because that's as long as it goes. Spotty from Vessel. Man, I can't believe this is week 1. 17.25. A lot of 17s caught, but no 17. I think somebody else caught a 17.25, but maybe they didn't submit it. Seems like there was some bigger. Was there 17.75? Didn't Aaron catch a 17? I don't know. You got
was one other big one.
That's a nice one right there. Looks like a nighttime fish. Longest trifecta. Come on, guys. Chad's had this since week 1. Are you guys? You know what? For me, I definitely have had the spotty and I've had the sand bass. I caught a big sand bass this weekend, but I can't get the dang calico. Calicos are I can get tiny calicos, but I haven't got a big one. So I'm gonna try to get that from you, Chad. That's it. Not Mission Bay. Next session in San Diego Bay, I'm gonna get that thing.
You guys get more calicos in San Diego Bay
than Mission Bay? Yeah. Yep. There's certain you can go to the outside of San Diego Bay, out by the rocks and the jetty out there, and there's all kinds of calicos out there. Mission Bay, they're kind of out front of it. You have to leave the bay to get it. Yeah, I mean you'll get some small ones in Mission Bay, but nothing too crazy. Sure. Brett Wilson, here we go. Congratulations. Brand new this week, 2.91 pounder, man, pushing the 3-pounder right there. Nice fish, Brett. You know exactly where that spot is, Dave.
Yep, I do.
I do not, but I wish I did. I know it's in Newport, and that's all I know. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for that inflatable raft. Looks like, is that a sailboat next to it? I don't know. 2.91. What's your PB and weight? Do you weigh your fish?
I don't weigh my fish, and I should, especially during that that blue collar one. There was a lot of big fish, a lot of fish over 17 inches. I think, all of it, that's like top 10 all had fish over 17, a lot of them. Yeah, I don't know. Rough.
I'm always chasing, I've got the 2-pounder, I've got the 2.5, I've got the 3-pounder, and I'm trying to get I haven't got the 3.5 or a 4 yet, obviously, but I'm always trying to chase, getting the next size up, just getting that 3-pounder. It's tough. I mean, look at that fish. It's huge and 2.9. You pull these things out, you think, oh my God, it's a 4-pounder. And you weigh it and it's like 2.7. You're like, what the heck? David Dalton, man, holding this forever too. 8 pounds, the heaviest other. Come on, guys. Nobody's caught a stingray or something heavy. I guess 8 pounds is pretty heavy. Got it on a halibut. Season long CB and Baits. Thanks for sponsoring. Check out their baits. Don't forget their code. $50. Oh, gotta go to my next.
Does the heaviest other, if I had that double on those big barracuda last week, does that count as one?
No. Dang it. I heard that. I heard from a couple people that the barracudas were going gnarly. I heard some guy when I caught a fish and he's like, oh, if you want to catch some barracudas, they're over there. And I was like, nah, I don't want to catch those things. But thanks for the advice. Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. Barracudas are kind of like, they're a fun pool. Don't get me wrong. And I'll take them. But when you get it up and you see that big floppy thing and you got to grab it and you got to get the hook out and you get slime all over you, they're kind of just a mess.
Yes, sir.
Longest spotty on CB and Bait. We got Larry E. Let's go, Larry. I got my claws going here. Nice job, Larry. So you were $50. You are the leader for the season on that. And longest spotty on this. Nobody's got this. I thought David got this. Oh yeah, he has got that. David's got this. David 14.25 with that specific setup. Let me show you that picture real quick. Going to CBN, you get that. I don't know what that's called. Some kind of purple hook head. I don't know what that thing's called. You have an idea what that is?
Mushroom head, something.
If you get that mushroom head and that specific bait, David, let's go, man. $50. Let's go. He's leading that with the 14.25. Gamakatsu, include a Gamakatsu product in the picture with the longest fish, and you'll win that package right there, man. Got some braid cutters. Looks like you got a jig in there, some hooks. Get that cool cloth thing. On my kayak, I have that. It like wads up in this little pouch, and then you just pull it out. That thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah, very cool.
And the G-Lock boxes, you got those?
I don't.
Oh,
I gotta have Fish Lab boxes. I don't have a choice.
Oh, I didn't know you had Fish Lab boxes. Okay, we have to talk about that. Winner, here we go. Let's go. Cash, man, how many Gamakatsu side pots have you won, Cash? He's cleaning up on that, dude. Nice. How many G-Lock boxes you got now? 16.25, that's a good fish right there. You can see his fish G-Lock box in the background. He's got his hookup baits filled up with hookup baits in that thing. Here we go. Fish Lab products. All right. It is my goal now to win this side pot, and I'm going to win it on that exact bait, that spinner bait right there. And I'm going to fish it this week. So this weekend, I'm fishing that spinner bait in Mission Bay because that bait's perfect for that. And I'm going to try to, by the results next show, I'm going to try to win this one. So tell me
I
about that
love the spinner baits in Mission Bay out by the bowling pin there. Such a good time.
Spinner bait, if you guys haven't tried that through the grass, it's like once you get used to that thing going through the grass, it is like the ultimate grass bait because it doesn't come in all wadded up every single time. It goes through it smooth. You can grind it slow. You can grind it fast for spotties too, but it looks like a double willow blade. I love the gold. I love me some green pumpkin looking, and I love that orange on the bottom. I want that exact setup right there, Dave. What's that one called?
You got them in the Colorado blade as well if you want more of the big thump. But yeah, willow blade or Colorado, either one.
Let's talk about a little bit about these blades or about these baits. So we got the creature bait series, which is it's this bait right here, the dragonfly, right?
Exactly. That's the nymph, the flutter nymph. They're all the nature series baits, but we got the nymph, we got that kick and craw, we got a cover bird, we got all kinds of cool stuff in that series. Then those nature series soft swim baits there on that bottom right, those things are awesome. Soft bodied baits, come in a couple sizes. I actually fish them a lot on my chatter baits. And my A-rigs, I don't know if you see that there, that's that 4.5-inch size.
Oh, nice.
Just super soft, so much kick to them, but yeah, just great little baits.
You like the white?
I go white sparkle, or I go with the bone color. That bottom right color is great. It's got a little bit of that chartreuse through it.
Oh yeah. I think I would like the one on very top, right under my logo.
Someone keeps asking me for a green pumpkin with like an orange bottom. I don't know who. But...
Yeah, somebody might be asking you about that for like 6 months. What's going on here? Like a special batch or something. Yeah, Spotty Bowl special edition ones. And then you also guys have a bladed bait down here. I know that's what Roy, I think, has been doing very well.
Yeah, we got that tailspin. They're coming from a real small to some of the like an ounce and a half or something like that for some of that deeper water areas. But even throw those around the pilings have been pretty effective.
Guys are so generous over there. They've given us a 30% off discount on all Fish Lab products. I don't give that out on the show, but if you're in the Spotty Bowl Discord, just go to our sponsors link right there and you can get that discount code, and it's off your entire purchase, 30% off. So try these baits out, man. They work. They're good. I would give them a shot. All right, here we go. Season long. We got vacant. Come on, man. And that is for LA. I know down in San Diego we got one, but that is you right there showing that these things do work. There's how the packaging looks. So I've got these in my boats right now. That's it. I'm winning this side pot. Here.
I recognize those Spotty socks.
Yeah. What are you sporting there? Some kind of reef shoe?
I think those are some of those. Yeah, like some kind of reef shoe.
All right.
Those are the cold days.
Man, you still have a decent looking hand. You don't have that fishy hand like me and Chad yet. What's going on here? You're not fishing enough?
It was a tough one. I got poked so many times this week. It was rough.
Oh man, no. You're still hanging in there, man. This hand's still good. All right. Heaviest spotty on the is it I'm sorry, Tyra Vision fishing. Those look pretty cool. $30 value. Get 30 baits of those right there. And the heaviest spotty on that is Larry. Let's go, Larry. Oops, wrong one. Am I going? 2.58, man. You know what's nice about this too is I might even recognize that boat. You see
that should be a pretty easy one to recognize.
Doesn't it look like a paddle wheel on the side, I'm saying? Yeah, it should be a pretty easy one. 2.58. Nice, Larry. That's a good one. That's gonna you're a winner. So you're gonna win $30 worth of baits. That's awesome. Good job on that.
Very
And then we
nice.
also have Reaper slow pitch jigs. Thanks Reaper for second year sponsorship. It's his third year. You also put out those. Are there any of those custom Spotty Bowl baits left? I don't know. And your winner, Larry. Come on, man. Here's a little hint about what's coming up too. Look at that. Look at the size of that thing. You know what that means? Looks like he's got his code card there. So Larry, holy smokes. So first off, you won $25 in Reaper slow pitch jigs. Look at the tail on that one. Larry, how was the fight on that guy? Larry says you know where that's got to know where that spot is. Yeah. I think everybody knows where that spot is now. But how was the fight on that thing? That thing looks like a beast.
I'm looking at his sleeve. Does he have like a button? Is it like a sport coat or something? Like a formal fishing day? Or?
Yeah, he's out there. He's out there formal. I had a big guest on tonight, so I had to dress pretty nice too. It's like, oh, I got Dave on. I got to look semi decent here. Sammy, check out the show last week. That was a fun show. We broke down a lot of the bays, did some stuff. But Sammy, Submission Fishing Co., Muto, check out the Submission Fishing Co. jigs. These jigs have been on fire. My favorite jig. Hey, guess what? I convinced him to make. See that one on the top? Green pumpkin orange, maybe.
Nice.
I guess it was probably, I don't know if that's his #1 seller, but it's going good. So
he said he sold one, so that's
good. To me.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Longest spotty on Submission Fish Co. Sammy, let's go, Sammy. Sammy 16.25. Fishing barefoot. We've talked about this. I think Sammy's the only one I know that fishes barefoot. That's dangerous. What do you think of that?
I'm the most of the year I'm in shorts and flip flops, sandals on, but straight barefoot usually not.
I think water's like 54 degrees and he's still out there barefoot. Man, sometimes you just got to feel. I used to talk about way back in the day how I would fish in my socks because I could sense the fish through my feet. It's a long story, but that's what. Sammy pulling in another Submission Fishing Co. jig, and that G-Locks box looks like it's getting pretty full there, Sammy. Congratulations. HD Baits in the house. What's going on, HD Baits? Longest spotty and halibut, $35 prize package to them. We got a winner. Let's go. Daniel Wood, 14.25. Looks like
that's
he
a
got
fat fish too.
Is that a tailspin on the back of that? It's like maybe like a Warbaits neck breaker style
blade.
Fishing in a carpeted boat. Let's go. Daniel Wood, congratulations. 14.25. Man, that is a fat 14.25 though. That's short as shore.
All the way across the bump board. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a big one. Longest halibut. All right, let's go. We got a winner here. Palermo, congratulations. Looks like from shore. Looks like he's got a Texas rigged over there. No, maybe not. I don't know. That's hard to tell. Maybe. All right, Real Happy Clothing. You got any of this clothing yet?
Not yet.
I'm gonna get some of this. I gotta win some of these. I always get so caught up in fishing Spotty Bowl. I forget about these side bots. I need to start going for more of them. Longest spotty, $75 gift code. The leader. Oh man, there's this. I thought there was 17.25. Man, that's hard to beat. So you need 17.5 to beat Mike. Famous fish, the only fish I think he caught all day, and that's the only one. They got him a baits reel. Got him this. Maybe get him this $75 gift card. Longest sand bass, Tom Troop, 23. That's a big 23.25. That's a big. I think we tried to guess the weight on that last week, and I think he said 6 pounds. Is that right, Tom? 6-pounder. So that's your big guy. Got it on hookup baits right there. Cool baits, underspin. If you haven't tried these out, they work perfect. I fish these constantly on my A rig and double rig, single rig. You get them all the way up to 14 ounce, all the way down to 16th ounce. So you can get them for largemouth, saltwater bass, big calicos, lean cod, whatever. We just came out with the new A rig. Pretty excited about that. We're still working out on everything on that thing, but it's working pretty good for me this season.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I handed you ones off. We're still working on it. I'm gonna continue feedback for this thing, and I'm gonna give me a little bit of time. I'm gonna make that the best A rig out there. I'm gonna try to, guys.
Awesome.
And underspins, try them out. They do work for spotties, and they do work for largemouth. They go perfect through the grass. So $100 worth of cool baits. You can fish this any day of the week, 24/7. I don't care what water you fish. It's for longest sand bass, spotted bay bass, or calico. So if you're out on a boat, whatever, you're out on the break wall, you're fishing offshore, whatever, just include that code right there, and you could win $100 worth. And the leader, Andrew, 14.75. Let's go.
Is that Is that the photo? Because that's over 15. It's almost 16.
1 inch
Oh,
deduction.
mine is. Oh, yeah.
Open mouth. Dang. That's
Busted.
Yep. Judge is pretty strict on all that. See, oh, you know what? I forgot to mention, guys. I got Dave from Okuma on here. So if you guys have any questions at any time, just type the word question. I know Dave's watching chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat here. But if you guys have questions for Dave, please type those in. We'd be happy to answer them. If you have questions for me too, also type them in. Hookup baits in the house. Let's go. Hookup baits. We got some new colors out. What new colors you got coming out here, Chad? He's always got something new coming out, but I think those are some of his new. I think that's called Ice, right? He's got some new colors coming out, and they've been voted #1 bait Spotty Bowl 2 years in a row. The hookup bait's definitely working. If you win your division and include 2 pitchers with hookup baits in them, you'll win a $50 worth of hookup baits, and that'll be. I will announce that if somebody won it at the results time. Longest Spotty though, Tom holding it up. Tom, do you even need any more hookup baits? I think Tom's got a lot of those things. 17.75 though. Nice fish, dude. Man, so close to the 18. Tom, is that your
never
PB?
have too many hookup baits.
That's true. That's true. I fishing for spotties, man, they are just ferocious. You know what I mean? Like they just it's if you don't have the right rubber bait, they can tear them up. Let's just say there's a certain brand that starts with K, and the spotties will just graze those, and their history.
Yeah.
Tom, congratulations, 17.75. All right, JK Baits, these are awesome. These are custom painted crankbaits. Biggest what is here, longest spotty on a crankbait, you win a $50 of value. And dude, this guy hand paints these things, so not only are you getting a bait, but it's something that somebody handcrafted, like a one-of-a-kind thing. So it's a pretty cool side pot. Thank you, JKB, for sponsoring this. And Daniel, let's go, Daniel. Pulling it in with a 15.25. Daniel, check out his show, Time on the Water, on Tuesday nights. Good show. Fishing show like this, talking about bay fishing just like we do. But nice fish there, Daniel, from shore. I bet a lot of these guys up there probably know exactly where those bricks are at because they look pretty unique. I'm going to say, I think he hangs out at MDR. So I'm going to say it's probably there, but I'm not sure. I have no clue about the shore up there. And the leader for the entire season is Sammy. Let's go, Sammy. Sammy doing good this year with the side pots. Looks like he got it on like a crawfish color one, maybe. What color is that?
Looks craw, yeah.
So you'll win $100. I'm not sure if that's baits or cash, but if that holds out, so 15.75 crank. Brett Wilson, why aren't you entering this? That's all he fishes, and I know he's caught some big fish, so he must be forgetting like me.
I've been struggling this year on the crankbaits, man. It's weird.
The guys that are good on the crankbaits, like Brett and Sammy, man, those guys are killing it, man. I don't know. I need to work on my off season. I'm working on crankbaits. I'm just gonna force myself. I'm gonna take nothing but crankbaits, and I'm not gonna go back to any of my crutch baits. I'm gonna leave my A rigs and cool baits and submission. I'm gonna leave all that stuff at home. I'm gonna work on crankbaits for a while. All right, here we go. Thank you, Dave, for sponsoring this. All Spotty Bowl champions will win an Okuma spinning reel. Nice. So you'll be getting that at our awards ceremony. So all the champions will be giving out their championship belts. And once you hand that belt, we're also going to hand you one of these reels. That's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that.
Happy to do it.
I won one of these. I won a belt last year, and I won the Hakai. And that was an awesome reel. I fished that all last season. Had 2 Hakais, and I fished that all last season. Works perfect. I still use those things, but I've gone upgraded to that X model, and that thing's killer.
Right on.
Tackle Supply, 25% discount for all Spotty Bowlers, also in discount code in the Discord. So all the good stuff right here. Check out tacklesupply.com or go to Tackle Supply USA on Instagram. And longest spotty, we got the season-long leader, Larry. Let's go, Larry. I know I keep hitting that. Looks like he got it. Is that a Reaper slow pitch jig? I'm not sure.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. Longest spotty, $100 gift card. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff for $100 there. All right, man, we got a lot of side pods. Anyway, Jeff, One Cool Tuna. You probably see this guy down at the conventions all the time. He's always out at those things. You know, Jeff. Yeah. Jeff, good friend of mine. Thank you, Jeff, for tuning in. He left us, so he moved to Kentucky. I don't know why you'd want to move there, but I guess go where you can retire, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes California is a tough place to do that in. So a lot of people, when they retire, go to Kentucky. Why not? He can still fly out here.
It's but Jeff makes Tennessee where everybody else goes. So
That's true. Tennessee, or is it Carolinas? One of the Carolinas. He makes the awesome jigs. They're all machined. They swim perfect, every single one of them. He also makes these line labels. And guys, if you want some of those line labels, you can go right to onecooltuna.com, hit in Spotty25, and he'll ship you free line labels, free Spotty Bowl stickers, and some other swag. So if you guys want some free stuff, just go in there and enter this code in. You'll get some free stuff from Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for doing that.
That's awesome.
And longest Spotty on one of his smaller jigs is Matt West. Let's go, Matt. He's leading that for the entire season, 14-inch, catching it on the One Cool Tuna jig. The Blind Boogie. This one's interesting. So you don't have to do anything to win this. You just have to be in the tournament. Corey pulls a random number generator out, and whoever's bag is closest to it wins a raffle ticket at the award ceremony to win a Taipan rod. And these rods are awesome. You ever fish these things? Man, they're pretty cool. A guy named Simon makes them out of Arizona. I've got one of them. I've got them actually hooked up with your reel. Taipan rod, super sensitive, really nice. I have the drop shot rod. I recommend that one. And your Blind Boogie winner is Ludwig. Let's go, Ludwig. Man, Ludwig's having a good year in shore division. He's had one of the best shore divisions I've ever seen. So congratulations, Ludwig. You have won a raffle to win one of those nice Taipan rods. What
was the length for this year or this week?
I did not put that on here because let's just say Ludwig had a big bag. I don't want to surprise with the results, but I'll give you that length when we get to his actual score. I don't want any spoilers for the results, the main event, right? Salte Hundo. So Bates Reels has sponsored this. They're giving us 7 reels, 10 reels. I think 10 or 11 reels are given out. And man, these guys have really been trying to win these things. There's a few ways to win them. One is if you get a 70-inch bag or bigger, you automatically get a raffle ticket. We automatically give you that raffle ticket at the award ceremony. So if you got a 70-inch bag, you're going to handle a raffle ticket, and we're going to raffle off some of these reels. So that's one way to win it. The other way is if you make the playoffs and you get the biggest bag in the playoffs, you win one automatically. And the last way to win this is a 17-inch Spotty. And guess what, guys? Guess what? They're all gone. No, but congratulations to everybody. Well, I don't want to play that, but congratulations to everybody that won one. Our final 2 winners. There's 2 left going into this weekend. Brett Wilson, congratulations. And Larry, congratulations. You guys have both got swooped up the last 2 Bates reels for the 17-inch category.
That's great. That's a lot of big fish right there. That's great.
All 17s right there. So I think Brett's, I didn't put the number. Sorry about that, guys. But I think Brett's and Larry are both exactly 17 on the money, guys. But you can see those things down in the pictures right there. So congratulations to all you guys that won those Bates reels. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this. You guys ready for some results? And a lot of you guys are in here waiting for this.
Hey, this is Mike Brown.
Go.
This is Down in SD Roy, and you're watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. Make sure you pause it so you can support the sponsors for Spotty Bowl.
Let's go, Roy. Oh man, how'd you feel you did this weekend?
I feel like I need to get a banjo after hearing all these intros.
Trying to keep
I don't know. I had a fun weekend.
Yeah, and we fished the same day. We both fished on Sunday, so and weather was good. I heard Saturday was pretty rough, so I guess weather-wise we picked the right day. I don't know if we picked the right day.
Like we talked about, I missed a couple of good fish. Could have been better, but it was good.
Let's hear about your heartbreaker.
As I was saying, I had that one. It was on a vertical jig. Hooked it. It started peeling some drag. I didn't know what I snagged, but I just told myself, I just want to see this fish. I don't even care what it is. And I got it up. This thing came up and flashed me on the side of the kayak, and it looked like a big old cabria or something, just the biggest spotty I've ever seen. And it took one big run and boop, came out. Thumbed the spool like a knucklehead, and he kind of waved at me and said goodbye. But that would have put me over a little bit.
On the old show, I did an entire show about how important it was not to just once you hook them, but it's the importance of the fight, especially with one of those big ones. And the first thing we all want to do is thumb down or hold down and pull, because the thing, you're not used to a big fish doing this to you. And you're like, and you get so excited. You're just like, I got to get this thing in. I can't lose them. And no matter how long you've been fishing, that's your first reaction, is just like, you know, I normally turn its head quick. So when I'm vertically fishing like you, second it hits, I try to turn its head, because they'll go into the pylon or they'll go into a hole or the rocks or whatever. So that's your first instinct. But on those big ones, usually you cannot, they'll pull the hook and you can't control them. And you get excited, you go into the zombie mode. And especially if, like your case, you saw it, oh, and your heart's pumping, you're in a tournament. That's the biggest one I've ever seen. Yeah, you lose it, man. So
I had my cameras rolling and I was mumbling to myself for like an hour after that. It was pretty funny.
Oh, you did? You had the camera on? Great. I want to see this thing. You can put out a video of that?
I had the camera pointed at myself. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the fish, but I'm sitting there just mumbling to myself. It was, oh well, it happens.
Work with your drag, guys. Have confidence in your drag. Get a rod that has some movement to it. Let that shock absorber do the work. You paid all this money for this nice rods and that nice reel and that nice line. Have some patience and let that equipment do its job. And that's why we have these nice setups, you know, just specifically for that reason, is landing the fish. We can all hook them on anything, but landing it, that's why you're spending all that money. All right, let's get to some results before I get angry here. Sorry about that. All right, first up, we got the youth division. You can enter this anytime. It's $20 for the entire season. I think if you're already in Spotty Bowl, it might be free. Is that right, Judge? Sorry, guys. But it's $20 to enter. You can enter that anytime. April standings. Here we go for the youth division. This is a month long, so it's about to wrap up, but they're still fishing, so they're going for the biggest bag for the entire month. Parker, Brady, they must have taken this month off. Jackson, you got a legal, it looks like there. Phoenix, and she had a huge bag. What was it? Last month? I don't know. 74-inch bag, I think. Phoenix, wow. Fishing the youth division up there. Cole, 65-inch bag. Let's go, Cole. All right, and your top 5 in the youth division. Let's go. Here we go. Nathan coming in with a 67.5. Nice job. You're in 5th place. That's a good spot to be right there. Cody coming in with a 69.5. Nice job, Cody. Cody having a great year this year. Hollis coming in with a 69.75. Just that 1/4 inch got you 3rd place. Congratulations for making a top 3. And here we go. 2nd place with 71. Breaking the spotty barrier. Let's go, Emmett. Emmett his dad sent in this cool video of him catching a yellowtail out on a boat last week too. So you're having quite a month there. Nice job. Holding it down. Man, it's got the sonar phone right there. Let's see what we can see here. It's got side scan, down scan. It's got everything going at once. Nice. Looking good. Nice bag right there. Breaking the spotty barrier. And your leader for the youth division of the month. Let's go, Tyler B. Drifting. Let's go, 72.5. Congratulations. Good job, Tyler. Heard Tyler also entered the Hookup Baits Grom program out on a float tube, making things happen. That's awesome, Tyler. Keep it up, man. Keep up the good work. 72.5. That's a good bag. That's 5 legal spotties right there. So keep it up, man. Good job.
That's great.
Here's the season standings. So they get a point depending on what position they get. And Tyler is right there in 1st place right now with 27 inches. Congratulations, Tyler. You're leading. Got some competitors right behind you, though. But keep up the good work, all you guys. And at the end of the season, there's going to be a lot of raffle prizes for you guys. So keep fishing hard. And congratulations on all those big bags. Shore division. How's your shore game? I don't think I've ever talked to you about shore fishing.
Used to do it a lot when I was young, but yeah, not much at all anymore.
Did I mispronounce Tyler's name? Taylor? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I mispronounced his name. Yeah, Dave, you're supposed to correct me on that.
Oops.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. So your shore pounding you used to do when you're younger and then you stopped?
Yeah, we used to, Bahia Yacht Club in Newport, go work the docks, walking on the docks, working the pilings.
Let me guess, late at night on those private docks, bouncing
late
around, young Dave, little hoodlum running around, catching spotties.
We had to pedal back then. We didn't have electric bikes like all the kids nowadays.
Yeah. And you fished in the snow, right? And you walked uphill to get there?
Both directions. It was weird.
I remember fishing back in those days, and like I've said this on the show before, that spotties were like you know, now with I think like social media, man, the spotty game is just like taking off. Everybody's like, oh man, now we know what a big spotty is now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, shore division, round 5, Newport. Actually, these guys can fish any bay they want that's on the schedule, so they can bounce around between multiple bays, or if they just have their favorite bay. That's the cool thing about shore division. And you guys, if you want, are fishing vessel, you can also fish the shore division. All right, here we go. Jordan, Colton, Poncho, what? Guillermo, man, 0 for you too, man. We got to get that mulligan out of the way. Lucas coming with 11. Hey, man, it's one fish, 6th place. We got Guy with 20 inches. All right, here we go. Top 5. Let's go. Coming in 5th place. Brian, one last cast, 33.75. I think this is your first time in the top 5, so congratulations on hitting the top 5, Brian. Nice bag right there. Kevin Keller, what am I saying? He's always in the top 5. You know, Kevin, the local blacksmith passed away in my town, so I adopted his dog. But as soon as I got him home, he made a bolt for the door. No, Dave?
That was a good
Skipper quality?
That was a good
All right, well, you know, back in the day, Lance. Nowadays, Lance is an uncommon name. But back in medieval times, people called Lance a lot. That's terrible. That came out terrible. Sorry. I'm rusty, guys. It's terrible. I'm trying. Let's go, Daniel. Breaking the Spotty Berry from shore. Man, you'd think that would get you a first place from shore, but Daniel coming in 3rd place with 71.5. Let's go, Daniel. Time on the water, 71.5. 3rd place. Nice bag right there. And these shore divisions, I remember shore division, man, nobody was breaking 70. And now it seems like you have to, from shore, you have to break 70 inches. It's crazy how good these shore guys are getting. All right, coming in 2nd place, Phil Hernandez over at HD Baits. Last year's Spotty Bowl Shore champion, 71.75. Let's go, Phil. Phil always making top 5. Slayer right there. Congratulations. And 1st place. First place, shore division, LAOC, and won the blind boogie. Let's go, Ludwig.
Wow, look at that. Holy moly.
Going all out tonight on my sound effects here. Ludwig, congratulations. Look at the size of that bag from shore. My gosh. Almost a 77-inch bag. Holy smokes, Ludwig. You must have the night of your life. Wow. That is a huge bag. I think that may be I think we've beat that in San Diego from shore maybe a few times, but in LA, I think that might be the biggest shore bag I've ever seen. So, wow, 76. That is, if you guys didn't know, that's the equivalent of 5 15-inch fish plus. Whew. It's hard to get that on your vessel. Wow, nice job. People are saying,
yeah, that's awesome.
Monster bag. Nice job. Monster bag. Let's go. Great job, Ludwig. Yeah, congratulations on that. All right, next up. Here's your favorite scene here, Dave.
Hate that line.
Are you in chat right now?
I am. I got both going.
Okay, so if you're in the shore division, it's the top 6 people right here. Right now, Ludwig with 279, holding it up, man. Got a little bit of lead on Phil right there, but not out of reach. Daniel in 3rd place. Kevin, let's go, Kevin, 243. Guillermo, 229. Lucas, 104. So you guys fighting for that last position too, pretty close. So keep fishing hard. You want to be above that red line, top 6, and you'll get to the playoffs where you can wear one of these belts. All right, Weekend Warrior division, huge division. This is your division, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Let's see. John, Cole, Mark, Mike, Steven. Okay, here we go. Serious moment. Stephen Gage, we want to, if you guys didn't know, Stephen Gage is going in for surgery this Monday to have some cancer removed. We want to give your thoughts and prayers out to Stephen, everybody. Stephen's had a great year this year. He's kind of put on the sidelines for this right now, but Stephen, get better, get healthy soon. Let's get you back out on the water. Good luck on your surgery. Definitely want to hear from how everything goes after Monday. So, guys, shout out to Stephen. Let him know that we're all here for him. But, Stephen, you got this, buddy. All right, 17th place, we got Josh with a 10.75. 16th place, we got Zach, 12 inches even. 15th place, we got Julian, 24.75. 14th place, we got Orlando, 25.75. 13th place, we got Nick, 43. Here we go. 12th place, we got Nara Prum. Finally, the skunk is off the boat. Dave, I don't know if you've been following this, but he hasn't caught a spotty during Spotty Bowl yet. And guess what? He looks like he got a 5 bag. Let's go, Nora.
Good job.
He went all of I don't know if you know the backstory, but he kind of like gets to the bay a little late. Maybe goes over to Ballast Point, hangs out there for a few hours, and maybe just goes out and floats around in the water with a big smile on his face. But he hasn't caught a spotty yet. We've been cheering him on, and now he's got a 53-inch bag. Let's go, Nora. Congratulations. 12th place, too. Aaron Carl Black, 55.75. David, let's go. Top 10, David. Nice job. 56.75. I see you smiling. Your name's not on there. You notice that. 9, we got Daniel Wood at 68.25. 8, we got Ryan with 68.5. Some big bags going here. 7th, we got Anthony with a 69.25. And we got Cody with a 69.25. And are you ready for your top 5? Oh, wait. I didn't put that on here. No, I'm just kidding. And your top 5 Weekend Warriors coming in 5th place. Let's go. Congratulations, Dave.
It was hard to get that catfish out of the grass, by the way.
Congratulations. Tell us about your fishing day here, Dave. How did you get a 70-inch bag? Is it your first time breaking the spotty barrier?
For this season, it's been rough. I've been hopping off of a plane and getting right on the kayak, so I've been a little out of the game, but it was good. Yeah, I had a good time. It was a lot of vertical fish this time between the hookup baits and the vertical jigs. It was good. I got one on the crankbait. I got a couple on the A-rig. It was just a little bit of everything, and they were where they were supposed to be, which was great. I just couldn't get a couple of those upgrades. I had a good chance at a couple of easy upgrade fish. I couldn't get a big fish. I didn't have a fish over 15, but it ended up over 70 inches, which was great.
That, I think, is how you win this event, is landing those big ones, because I think a lot of us hook them and don't get them. I know Sammy was talking about how he lost like 6 fish, and it's landing them, man. That's the tough part of it. But congratulations, man. 70.75, great bag, 5th place. Let's go, Dave. Let's see how that affected your playoff position. 4th place, let's go, Ben Wilson, 73. Weekend Warriors. Are you guys really Weekend Warriors with a 73-inch bag in 4th place? My gosh, Dave. Some of you guys, we're going to have to step you up next year. The Weekend Warrior division's usually not a 73-inch day, but Ben paying attention to his brother or something, 73.5. Let's go, Ben. Congratulations on that. That's a huge bag. It's a weird-looking spotty. Here we go. Of course, we got Brian Rosen, 75 even. 3rd place, Dave, 75. Weekend Warriors.
That's incredible.
Not much Weekend Warrior about that. Congratulations, Brian, having a phenomenal year. Like I said, I think he's had the best year of anybody in Spotty Bowl South and North. Having a great
Got to
year.
pick his brain at that Bass Pro Shop event a couple weeks ago too, and maybe that's what helped.
Oh, give you a little advice, huh?
Exactly. I needed it.
Did Brian fish at night or during the day this time? Do we know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I know he's been hitting that night shift quite a bit.
Hang out for BIGGNS, and usually we can figure that out. Did I say something? I said Brian Rosen, right? Oh, I don't know. Guys, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced the names. There's so many of you. All right, coming in 2nd place, Andrew Tosh. Let's go. What is all these weird sounds? 75.75. Wow. Congratulations. I think this might be your first time in the top 5, too, so crushing it. 2nd place, Andrew Tosh, 75.75. Huge bag. Let's go, man. All right, here we go. Weekend Warrior Division, round 5. Newport coming in 1st place in the Weekend Warrior Division. Angel Salgado, let's go. 76.25. Man.
Big bag.
Congratulations. I got the soundboard going. Congratulations, Angel. Wow. He's having a great year, too. 70.65. Is that your PB bag? Man, and they hit that during Spotty Bowl. 76. You would need 5 15s and probably a kicker. Oh, he got that 17. So probably a mixture of 15s. I don't know. We'll see in Spotty Bowl BIGGNS exactly what he got there, but there we go. Way to slay, way to slow. Nice job, dude. Are you working on your 76-inch bag for Huntington?
If it's 6 or 7 fish, maybe.
If it's what?
6 or 7 fish.
Yeah, Huntington. Me and Dave were talking about that earlier. That's the next round up. We'll see how she goes. I hear it can be good. This guy named James Collins always telling me, man, you get a 100-inch bag or something crazy out of that place, but I don't know. All right, here we go. This is what you guys have been waiting for. So your top 7 people will make it to the Spotty Bowl playoffs. Look at who's riding 9th place.
That is the stupidest line I've ever seen.
You need to. It's just a motivation, man, for you to get above that. So you're at 213. You need a 218 to get up there with Corey. So you gotta get a pretty decent bag. You're 5 inches down. I think you can do it, man. You're gonna need some luck. You're gonna need a big bag.
Rounds, man, that hurt.
So you got 2 rounds left. You gain 3 inches on each bag. So I want you to get a 73 and a 74-inch bag, and I think that'll do it for you.
Done.
I think that's gonna do it for you. We all want to see you try to make these playoffs. Still, you're so close to it. You're 2 spots away. Coming in, Brian Rosen, man, 297. I want to see what the Masters is this year, but I think he's above that. So he's 297 for the year, 297.25. Angel, Daniel, Carl Black. Let's go, Carl. Right there in 4th place. Andrew, Ben, Brett's brother. Congratulations, Ben, on the playoffs. And Corey, you're on the bubble right there, 218, with Ryan directly behind you. Everybody hates that red line, man. You guys tell me that. Now I'm just gonna make that red line even bigger. All right, Masters division. Are you gonna step into Masters next year? What are you gonna do here?
We'll see if I can get that 73 and 74 the next couple of weeks here. We'll see.
All right. Masters division. These guys are usually guys that break 70-inch bags all the time. So if you want to get into the Masters division, these are the guys that usually have done a lot of tournament fishing and know their spotty game. So, but guys, if you think you can get a Masters division, I'd recommend enter it, man. This is the big leagues right here. First up, 20th, 19th, we got Sean, Real World Fishing. John, I assume that's your mulligan or you weren't able to get out. 16th place, we got a 14.25. With 15th place, we got Steve with 26.25. Man, I thought Newport was your spot. Steve must have just had a bad day. Tom Troop with a 62.25. We got Tyler with a 67.75, 13th place. Cash Troop, let's go Cash. He had a big 3rd place or something like that last week with a big bag, 68.5, not bad, Cash. And 11th place, we got Jared with the so 11th place and up, man. 70-inch bags. Let's just say that, man. Look at
crazy.
This. Jared with a 70.75, tying Chad with a 70.75. Chet coming in with a 71.5. Not bad. 9th place. You would expect to get higher for that. 8th place, we got Eric, 72.5. Cash, nice bag, 73.25. Sammy, so close to top 5 this year. I think that's Sammy's best bag. Congratulations on that. 74 inches even. All right, you ready for the top 5? This guy right here, let's go. 74.25. I'll take it, man. So I told you I met Dave at the end of my session, and if I would just had everybody says this, but I just had one more hour. I started in a horrible spot and didn't find the fish until I saw Dave, and then I knew where they were at. At the end of the day, I finally found them. So just need a little more time, but I'll take it. 74.25, not too bad. Take it.
Good week.
Let's go, Larry. 75.5. Congratulations, 4th place. Steve says, I choked. No, let me tell you what a choke is. A choke is when you drive 7 hours and catch 1 fish. That's a choke, and that was me. 3rd place, we got Mike Brown. Let's go, Mike.
Wow.
76 inches, 3rd place. Wow. All right, Mike. Mike's having a good year this year right here. Let's see how he's doing in the season. But Mike, nice bag, 76 inches even. That's a good bag. Masters is crazy. All right, coming in 2nd place, coming back with a comeback. Let's go. Keith coming in with a 76.5. He's been having a rough year this year. He's having a rough year, but man, he shows, man. That's why Keith has got 2nd place in Spotty Bowl before, this close to winning a championship. So Keith is a slayer out there, but he's had a rough year, but coming back strong with a 76.5. Yeah, Larry says Keith's back. Yep, scary when he gets on a roll, man. Watch out for Keith. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Exciting right here. Masters Division, LAOC coming in first place and breaking the Mike Brown barrier. Let's go.
Wow.
Brett Wilson, congratulations. Wow. 80-inch bag. Wow. Brett, I don't know if I give enough applause for that, but 80-inch bag. Wow. Let's go, Brett. Brett, man, coming in strong. He had a few slow rounds, man, but, you know, he's clutch, man. When it comes down to trying to get that angular year, that first place, that championship, let me tell you a little story about a guy that got an 80-inch bag once and got eliminated. Have you heard this story?
No.
Oh, my gosh. I don't want to bring it up again, but let's just say me and Brett were in the playoffs against each other, and we both got it. I got an 80-inch bag, my best bag of my life. And I got the results like on Tuesday, and I got an elimination. This guy eliminated me. He got an 81-inch bag. This guy is a certified spare, king of the crankbaits. Let's go, Brett. Going for another championship, going for a second championship. Great bag there, Brett. That's awesome, dude. Can't wait to see these things in Spotty Bowl BIGGNS. And that, let's go ahead and see what the standings are. Mike Brown coming in first place with a 294. So I was right. Brian Rosen, man, with a 297 is the top angler out there right now in the Weekend Warrior Division. But Mike Brown, congratulations, man. Yeah. Sitting up there in the top position, the 294. Mike's been very consistent. Mike, I'm kind of behind you. 2 inches. Was that about 2.5 inches? Something like that. 2.5. I don't know. I'm right back there. So I'm fighting for that. I want that number one position because you get that bye week. And man, let me tell you, that's nice because you get a week off. So I'm going for it, Mike. I'm not letting off the gas. But then I got this guy right behind me, Brett Wilson, throwing 80-inch bags. Came down went it from 5th place up to 3rd place. We got to watch out for him, Mike. He's throwing out 80-inch bags. Chet, 290, Cash right in there. Eric, awesome getting there. I think that's your first time in playoff position. And Larry E. making his way up to Masters, coming in a playoff position. Let's go.
Well, the good news is everybody below the red line gets a bye week as well. So,
hey, there's some time. Come on, Tom. You're so close. 267. Man, look at how close it is. Look at 7th, 8th, and 9th. 267, 267, 267. All within a 1/4 inch of each other. Man, you guys fighting for that last position. Fish hard. You guys can do it. Sammy right there too. Takes 4 inches behind.
You got to have a 3-man playoff just for that last playoff spot there.
Chad, man, he's been fishing so much. He's had a couple rough rounds, but you got to never know, man. He's the type of guy that'll throw out an 80-inch bag and put him right in there. So watch out for Chad too down there in 11th. But we'll see. It's been an exciting season. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and move right to this. Let's go.
You're watching Snagging Grass and Catching Bass.
What you saw you. If you guys caught a fish 15 inches or bigger, guess what? It's automatically going to put in the Spotty Bowl BIGGNS. This is where me and Dave and everybody get a look at these fish and critique them and enjoy them and see what's out there in Newport. So here we go. There's no better place to find out what the BIGGNS are in a bay than on Spotty Bowl BIGGNS. All right, Eric B with a 15 even. Looks like you got a teak wood deck. That's pretty sweet.
That's nice.
You always have to carry this. You see that cloth? I think they said that last week. If you have like if you just grabbed a barracuda or your some spotties are kind of slimy, and you get your finger all jacked up and you can't push your phone, the picture button and all that on there. That rag is nice to have. I tell you. You can only wipe your hand on your pants so many times till it don't work. Chet, 15.25. Let's go, Chet. 360 drive. What kayak are you cruising nowadays lately?
Is that fish over 15?
Oh, you know what? I probably Judge. He sends me these automatically. I'm sure he had a 15.25, but he probably sent me the wrong picture. I didn't even look. So yeah, you're right. Thanks for pointing that out. Sorry, Chet. I didn't show the correct BIGGN up.
It's fat fish,
You guys
though.
don't know how Spotty Bowl BIGGNS work. Behind the scenes, the judge sends me every BIGGN. That because he's judging them, and as he's judging him, he sends me over the BIGGNS. He must have grabbed the wrong. I'm not blaming the judge, but yeah, Judge, you're right. hit that like button, please, guys. Anyway, what kayak are you cruising around in nowadays? You have one of these 361s?
I don't. I've got the Old Town Big Water 132.
Big Water 130. So 13-footer. Is that like a bicycle pedal one?
Exactly. Yeah. Propeller drive.
Those are the fast ones, right? Get around quick.
It's a quick boat. I enjoy the propeller because I just have that instant stop and instant reverse.
Oh, that's right. You don't have to reach down and pull the cable or whatever. 360 drive's pretty nice. So I got this little thing on the side, and you just crank it. You can go sideways, backways, forward ways. Tom says, I gambled hard on the rain session on Saturday. I lost. I don't think would you get a 68-inch bag? A loss is when you go to Huntington Harbor, 6 hours of drive, and you only catch one fish. That's a loss. Let me tell you. Cash coming with a 15.25. Looking good. Got himself. Let's see what we can figure out on that fish finder there. Not much information given here. And that is Cash Troop. Team Hookup Baits. Man, look at the pants. You notice, you obviously were wearing pants. At the end of the day, all this, unfortunately, sometimes the spotties will poop. And that's what that looks like to me. Have you washed those pants this year? Are those your lucky pants?
That's like cold weather gear right there.
Yeah, he fished on Saturday, so these guys were in the rain. Me and you were lucky.
Deck boots.
Yeah. Might need to wash those pants. All right, next up, we got Nick P with a 15.5. No clues at all. Good looking fish, though. Man, look at the finger, though. See, that's what the spotties will do to you. Guys, watch out, man. That's how you get a fishy hand right there. Make sure you clean those cuts. Carry like an antibacterial wipe or those little alcohol wipes. And when that happens, when you release that thing, make sure you clean those cuts because you never know, that bay water can be nasty. So I recommend carrying some kind of disinfectant wipe or something like that for stuff like that. Ryan in 15.5. It's a fish of an aluminum boat. Yeah, board to board, fat fish. Looks like an aluminum boat, eh? Maybe. Ryan, nice fish. Jared, 15.75. Got it on, is that a Reaper slow pitch jig? He's the one with the big Reaper slow pitch jig sticker on the side of his boat. There's what we're talking about, the 180 drive, those two little cables you pull.
Yep.
Anthony, 16.5. Here we go. Now we're getting some big fish. Big, fat. Did you weigh that thing, Anthony? That's a cool bump board. I've never seen the teal color. I've seen that in orange, but never seen the teal. That's pretty cool.
Is that like a reflective nose piece too, so you can see the actual?
Yeah, the Yak Attack has the Yak Attack board's fancy. It's got that little code holder thing on it. You can slide around. It's got the measurements. I think all the way down to like the 1 inch maybe. It's got that little mirror. It's a fancy bump board.
Yeah.
Tom T, 16.25. Let's go, Tom. That's a big one right there for sure. Look at the size of the head on that one. Jeez. Ben Wilson coming in with a 15 and 15.25, two of them. It's always got the duct tape, fishing from a float tube. Chad coming in on hookup baits with a 15 and a 15.5. Nice fish there, Chad. Man, your kayak is filthy, dude. Look at all that. That's a fishy kayak right there, man. That guy's been doing nothing but fishing for like the past 60 days, man. Mexico, 6 or 7 tournament series. I don't know. That guy, man. He probably fishes.
Fishing, Chad?
What's that?
Is that the color you're actually fishing? What's that one called?
What color is that, Chad? We all need to know here. Nice, Anthony says a Yak Attack board, says Sammy. Got a new board and sold the kayaks. Oh, you got a new boat. That's what. Okay, is that an aluminum boat I saw you in? That's pretty nice. Cash B, 15, 16.25. That's your Gamakatsu winner right there. Both on hookup baits right there. Nice job. Sammy, 16.25, 15.25. Sammy, man, you're all over the place, dude. Looks like you got it on Submission Fishing Code jig, looks like, from what I'm seeing there. It's got the 180 drive. Is that a GoPro mount on there too? Nice. Brian likes to fish. I've completely gone from the rag, and now I lay out a full beach towel. And I've got this new technique when I flop the spotty. I flop the towel over on him so he's not flopping everywhere. And then I get my camera, get everything ready, and then I open the towel like a surprise and then put him on the bump board. So
nice.
I got this. I know. It only took me like 30 years to figure out how to do this. But yeah, the towel technique, I'm liking it, man. Of course, I'm on a boat, so that's a little easier.
True.
15.25, 15.25, 15. 15.25s are out strong, man. I don't know. There's a lot of 15.25s out. That's like the common big right now. Brian R, 15.25, 16.25, 15.25, 15.25s, man. Brian Rosen, man, nice fish right there. Let's see, we got any hints? Looks like he's got a box of slow pitch jigs there. Man, having a great year. Congratulations, Brian. Larry E, 15, and there it is, the Bates reel fish. What's that right there on top right there? Looks like he got on the Reaper slow pitch jig. Nice fish right there. Big fat one. I think he got a weight. Wasn't that 251, Larry? I think it was a 251. Mike Brown coming to 15.25, 15. See what I mean? 15.25 is all over. 15.5, 15.5. Mike Brown. Let's see what we got here. Not a lot of hints on there. Is that hookup baits on the bottom left? Looks like maybe. Nice pictures there, Mike. Looks like he's fishing at night. Okay.
Good job keeping hydrated too.
Yeah. Fishing at night. So there's a little hint. Keith, 15-15, 15-5, 16. Nice comeback, Keith. Way to come back on that. Looks like some nice fish. I have a set of those AFCO or gloves. Just got them in a tournament, and they're pretty nice. They're pretty comfortable. It's hard for me to fish with gloves, so I haven't done it very often. But for sun protection, those are really comfortable. Like the palm is wide open. Nice gloves. And here we go, Brett showing off. 15, 15, 15.25, 16.25, 65. And the kicker that takes you to the 80 inches, you always need the big kicker, is the 17-incher. I think that's the one on the top middle. But, man, Brett, congratulations, man. That is a crazy bag, 70 inches.
Awesome.
That is, or 80 inches. That's a crazy bag. And that got you, that 17-inch fish got you the last Bates reel. Big fish, Brett and Larry tie with a 17-inch even. So good job, guys. 17-inch fish. Both got you the last two Bates reels. And we are done with Spotty Bowl BIGGNS, Mike. Hey, results shows are no joke, huh? There's a lot of results to give out in Spotty Bowl. You ever fish any
452 side pots, it makes it tough.
We got 146 people watching right now. So there's obviously a lot of interest in Spotty Bowl, in spotty fishing. So I thank you guys for all tuning in. If you guys could leave some comments and some likes, just trying to get to 300 subscribers. It's a new channel. I'm trying my best here, and I appreciate any of those comments and also the likes. I do appreciate that, guys. Dave, anything else you want to talk about as far as Okuma or Fish Labs or upcoming products or any big surprises you want to send out to us? Anything coming up?
No, not really. It's a lot of interesting stuff going on. We are an overseas company, a Taiwanese company manufacturing overseas. So as everybody knows, all this tariff stuff that's going on, it's delaying a lot of product. We are heavily stocked right now. We were kind of ahead of the curve when we knew this was going to be happening. So we stocked up, as a lot of our competitors did as well. But it's an interesting time. We'll see what happens. ICAST, we have several new introductions. Nothing we can really talk about yet. Fish Lab, I think we're going to delay a lot of it.
We can talk about it. It's only us and 150 people. We can talk about it. Yeah. Spill the beans. What do you guys got coming out?
Actually, we got lots of good stuff. We got a couple new spinning reels. I don't think we have anything new on the bait cast side. Several new rods this year. We're still trying to make the perfect slow pitch rod. So working on all that fun stuff.
Cool.
Got a new limited edition Kavala coming out, which is really cool, which is one of our lever drag 2-speed reels.
Well, if you guys want any slow pitch testers, I got an entire chat full of people that would love to jump on board and try out some of these rods if you want some input on them. So
exactly.
Guys, I've got Dave from Okuma in here, so this is your last chance to ask any questions about Okuma or fishing or anything in general. Let Dave know. Dave, hold on a second. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Terrible about reading a chat sometimes. Yeah, everybody says congratulations. Everybody participated. Thank you for all that participated. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate that. Mike Brown says, I'm ready. What are you ready for, Mike? Mike Brown, man, it's gonna be hard to catch him. He's got a pretty decent lead, so we'll see. Huntington Harbor. I've got no mulligans left. How are you on your mulligans? Have you used it yet?
Long gone.
Long gone. What was your small bag?
I think it was like a 26. I think it was one of the early ones.
Ooh, so you're right there with me, man. We got me and you have to finish really strong right here. He says, Mike Brown says, thanks, Dave, for all your Spotty Bowl support. So
happy to do it.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for giving me an hour and 40 minutes of your time. Thank you so much. I know you're a busy person, and I really have enjoyed fishing the Okuma products. And I also enjoy the Okuma rods I've been fishing right now. I have the RTS rod, which I do love. I know it's discontinued, but I love that rod. So check out their line of rods on there. And guys, don't forget about that discount code for Fish Lab products. I think you guys should definitely go in there or try to win that side pot. Try out that spinner bait. You guys that are fishing Mission Bay, spinner baits won't let you down, man. I know they're kind of intimidating because you look at the thing, you're like, looks all stupid. Why would a fish even ever bite this thing? It's just a big giant blade and a hook coming out the back. But trust me, guys, those things work. The world record,
wide open.
The world record spotted bay bass, the biggest spotted bay bass ever recorded, was caught on a spinnerbait. So just let you guys know. And you know what's cool about those two is I think they don't get a lot of short strikes. It seems like when they hit it, they hit it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the baits I fish, they grab the back of the tail. And it's so frustrating in Spotty Bowl when you keep missing and missing fish. So I would try that Fish Lab product and try that spinnerbait in particular in Mission Bay, because I think you'll eliminate a lot of those short strikes. You can actually add a stinger hook. Do you ever add a stinger hook to those?
You do. So I was just going to mention ours particular one. You're going to see it's got that little, we call it our mimic tail. So it actually has a little tail on the back that's shaped like a fish. And it's got cutouts on the side. So before you rip that thing off and put like a soft swim bait tail or any kind of trailer on there, check that thing out on the water, because it actually has a real subtle movement and it really gives that blade a unique swim to it. It's really cool.
If they want to get some of these Fish Lab products, are they available at all of our local tackle shops? And it's fishlabs.com. Is that what it is?
Fishlabtackle.com is probably going to be your best bet. Amazon, Tackle Warehouse, and all that kind of fun stuff. Local shops, that's a little more difficult. We're still trying to get placement. It's a new brand, so it's getting out there though a little bit. Check
them out, guys. 30% off. Order up a bunch of those spinner baits. Make it happen, guys. And also we have Huntington coming up. That's a big grass area over there too. So anything of these guys want to get a hold of you, Dave, how can they get a hold of you?
They can always find me on all Instagram and all the other fun places at Davey's World Fishing. Or if you want to reach out to me at Okuma, it's dave@okumafishingusa.com.
And check out, you also have a YouTube channel. So check out his YouTube channel.
I do. Also Davey's World Fishing.
Did I make a mistake? Brian, look at the correction the judge made on the shore division on Guillermo. I'll have to check that out later. I'm sorry I must have missed that. But you know what, guys? At the end, after the show, I'm going to put in Discord the entire spreadsheet of everybody's season, so you guys can look over all your scores, make sure everything's correct. And if there's a discrepancy, let me and the judge know, and we'll definitely take care of that quickly. You got a 72.5. Did I get the... I only go by what the judge sends me, so... I hope I didn't give somebody first place that didn't get first place, but
I think he was listed as a 0 and came in with that 72.25.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for that. Sorry you didn't get your shout out, but we'll definitely make that change for you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Is Newport up on the YouTube, Dave?
No, so I didn't actually, I didn't make a video out of this last one. I try not to do the actual tournament and videos. And if I do, I'll usually post them a couple weeks afterwards. Don't want to give away too much about the tournament side.
We need guys like you helping us out. Don't you know what I mean? We need, trust me, there's a lot of guys in here that would love. There used to be a guy that fished down here called Jig Jig Pow. And like a few days after his tournament, and he was a guy that would win these things sometimes, would post it. And some guys like, man, you get them all spots. So I'm like, dude, there's a lot of guys out there that are starting out that would love to see how these master Spotty Bowl guys are catching this. And just because you know the spot doesn't mean that you're going to catch a fish there every single time. So there is spots that are good that week. And then that next week, they may not be good. So don't just go by YouTube videos. You got to find these spots yourselves, man. Like for me, just moving around, and then you find them. It could be different hours later, tide changes later. There's a lot to try to find these big fish.
For sure.
All right. I guess that is all the questions. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, Dave. I appreciate you coming on. Did you bring a drink to chug with me here? We got a Spotty Bowl. I got a Spotty Bowl. All right. Are you sure? All right. It's Spotty Bowl weekend, guys. So you know what that means? It's time to party. I'm going to get out there on Mission Bay. This is rough, Dave. Rough go. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to snag some grass. I'm going to catch some bass. Thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Good night.